So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Let's jump right into it. Let's start with an introduction. So my name's Layla. I think most of you know me already. I've been at Vinteum for quite a while now, since 2018. So I grew up in Belgium and I studied languages in the UK, and I'm so sorry if you can hear the thunder. It's raining a lot. I started in the customer support department here at Vinteum, and I also work in marketing. And in my free time, I spend a lot of time with my dogs. I like cooking and reading, and I think that's me. So Daniel, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure thing. Hi, everyone. I'm Daniel. I'm the Customer Success Analyst of Neighbors by Vinteum. Some of you might recognize me from our onboarding and training meetings. I'm a Bolivian business graduate with an MBA in project management, and I love backpacking, camping, and history in my free time. I joined Vinteum back in 2019. I started with sales, and then I moved into CS last year. My main responsibility is the onboarding process, as well as offering constant support and training to our clients. I serve as the account representative for all of our clients, being their main point of contact for for the onboarding process and beyond and after it. I'm also responsible for our support chat and phone line, and I work with the tech team to report any problems with the system and report back with clients once they've been solved.
All right, thank you so much. So what are we going to talk about today? Today, we're going to go through our most recent product update, which was released right at the end of January. We're going to talk about our plans for Neighbors by Vinteum as a whole in 2022. And then Daniel is going to conduct a training session in the Master Administrator profile of Neighbors by Vinteum. If you have any questions, please do put it in the Q&A box. And we will answer it either during the webinar or in the questions and answers section at the end. So our most recent product update. The first thing that was released on the 28th of January was a fix for our social media favorites. So we were having an issue where if you favorited something, everyone could see that, but now that is fixed and your favorites are now private again. So in social media and notices, you can favorite different posts and they'll be safe for you to find more easily later. The second update is slightly less interesting if you live in the US, but we've added Gibraltar as one of our countries. We are very excited to be slowly moving into Europe as well. So if you know people who live in Gibraltar, let them know that we've arrived. And then following on from that, we had a really exciting improvement, which is groups. So we are starting to expand groups. So we added it into documents. So when you add or edit a document, a file or a folder, you can add groups, which means that it would just be visible to the people in that group. So this is really great for committees, clubs, or any different groups that you might have in your community association. Then in 2022 as a whole, what we're going to work on is expanding those groups into different features. So we started with documents, and then we're going to be adding them into virtual meetings, which is something that a lot of you have asked for, so that you can segment your virtual meetings better. Then we'll be adding it to notices and the calendar. So virtual meetings and notices should be released within the next month or so, and the calendar will be a little bit after that, but we hope to finish it by the end of this quarter or the start of the next one. We're also going to be working on continually improving our apps, both iOS and Android, to make them closer to the desktop version and to ensure that they work smoothly and that they deliver a great experience both for you and for residents. We also released our Quickbooks integration right at the end of last year. So this is still in the development, but we're going to keep improving the Quickbooks integration. So far, we've released account balance, so you can download your account balance, as well as search for invoices. And by the end of this quarter, so the end of March, you will be able to create invoices as well. And then finally, we have a whole new product which we're going to be launching this year, hopefully by the end of the second quarter, which is Inspections by Vinteum. So this is working on inspections in HOAs and condos to allow you to inspect those common areas with our app, taking pictures and storing everything in one report, and then also being able to use that for units and houses as well. Do we have any questions so far? I don't think so. So Daniel, do you want to take it away?
Sure thing. And I'm gonna, please.
There we go. Sorry, I couldn't find it.
There we go. Gonna share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Perfect. So let's get started. Let's start with this training session seeing one of our public-facing websites. On the top, you can see it has our signature URL. If you wish, we can buy and maintain a domain for you, for example, to be yourhoa.com. If we do, we can also provide you with any number of email addresses based on that email, on that domain. For example, board member at yourhoa.com. Everything that you see here is editable by you. You don't need any third party nor to know how to code to make any changes. And the most important part of this website is this button right here, access your community. Clicking here will lead you to your login page where after you receive the invitation email, you'll be able to log in into the system. You can use your website to promote your community both to your residents as well as potential buyers. You can include some information about your community, as well as a description, some related links, as well as some nice pictures. You can also include the location of your community to help your residents navigate your area, as well as help potential buyers make a decision. After that, you have the different sections of the website that you can use. Those are the news, and classifieds and services. News and classified both work on the same way. On both of them, you can have posts, each post containing up to 6 attachments, and you can use any of those attachments as a cover photo. For example, we can use the news section right here to notify the residents of the new board. Residents or you can click here and very easily know what the new board members are, access all the links, attachments, etc. Going back and scrolling down, we'll find the services section where you can promote any local services of your area or that you provide to your residents. Then you have our advertising where you can easily download our applications for both iOS and Android devices, as well as access your login page. After that, we have the Contact Us form. This is a communication channel between your public-facing website and one specific email address. This is helpful in case there is an interested buyer of one of your vacant units, or there's a resident who needs help. They can reach out to that specific email address. After that, we have classifieds where you can promote the selling of any vacant units, cars that any resident might want to sell or help selling, etc. And you can control and change the name of each and every one of the different sections that I show you to better suit your needs. Lastly, on the website, you have the different social and network sections where you can include any Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram links that your community may have, or you can take that section off as well as any other one from the website. And I will show you how you can do that later on the video. Now, once you go to your login page and access the system, this is what you will see as a master administrator. We have 11 different profiles at your disposal, being master administrator the one with top-notch control over all of them and top-notch authority as well. The first tool you will see is Home. The only purpose of Home is to make it easier for you to navigate the system. It will allow you to reach the same locations as this side menu does. And we can see this exemplified with community news. We can access social network or contacts through this front menu or through this side menu. After Home, we have the dashboard, where you'll find a summary of some of your active features, and you can change between months to have a complete picture. Then we have community news. This serves as a communication hub for the system, and it allows you to promote transparency and build up trust with efficient communication. The first tool of it is notices. Notices are meant for important pieces of communication that you would like to share with either the entire community or specific sections of it. All notices will be displayed here in a list format, and you can see when they were created, if they were scheduled on a specific date, and when they have an expiration date set, and if they have an expiration date set. You can access the content of a notice by either clicking on this eye icon or on the title itself. Then see all the content, attachments, etc. And because we are master administrators, we are able to edit and delete this notice. Of course, residents won't have that option. For you to create a new notice, you just need to click here on the green plus button. Here, after you selected all the information, you can select the target audience of that notice. The most important part for you to keep in mind here is that notices generate a communication blast. That communication blast will include an email, a push notification, an in-system communication, as well as an SMS if you have that set up. That SMS will contain the title of that notice. So this is a very powerful tool for formal communication that you can have either for everyone or for specific sections. Talking about that email blast that the notices create, you can keep track of those emails by clicking here on Send. That will provide you with the email log of this specific notice. You will see all the emails that were sent through or by the creation of this notice, and if the residents open and read them as well, with here, right here under Send. Now let's follow up with social network. Social network is your community's little own Facebook or discussion forum, and it helps you promote interaction between residents as well as participation. Here is where you can comment, post, and like each other's comment to help create that interaction. As master administrators, we will also act here as moderators, so you can remove or delete any inappropriate comments or posts that you decide. By clicking on the green plus button, you can select specific subsections of that feature, social network, and I will show you later in the video how you can take this on and off if you don't think you will be using them. Under each post, you can add up to 6 attachments, and then click on post. That is everything with social network, which will follow up with contacts. This is one of the most important parts of the system for a resident, because as a resident, this is the main tool in which they can find and message other residents if they allow it. So, for example, Cayo right here, we can see that residents have complete control over what information they like to share with other residents, as well as if they like to be contacted via private message or not. They control that by clicking here on profile and going to settings. Because we're master administrators, we don't have that option. However, residents will have that option of sharing what information they would like to show. And we can also control what you like to be notified about and on what. So if a resident or master administrator doesn't want to receive emails regarding amenities, he just click that off and then click on save right here. That is under settings. Now going back to contacts, we can also differentiate a normal resident from someone with a role in the community by this helping hand with the build on top, as well as the title of that role. You can also use the filter option to look for residents by name or by unit or by type. Then click on apply filter. All the messages that will be handled by you or by residents will be handled under one specific feature, that is chat. Here under chat, you will see all the messages that you receive, sent, or deleted. And you can also create new messages to specific residents or to a contact group if you are part of that group. That is with chat. Now let's go to community calendar. Right here, you can have all the activities and events of your community planned out in a very transparent and organized way. From here, for up to 10 years in the future, you can have all the board meetings planned out right now. For you to create a new meeting or a new event, you just need to click on the green plus button. If we're talking about a board meeting, it will be recurrent. You can control the recurrence to be every day, every month, every week, or every year. If it's every month, we can choose if it's every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, etc. And we can control on what day of the month it will fall. After you included all the description, all the information and attachments that you may need for that event or activity, you can control the visibility of it, as well as send a reminder of that event. So for example, in the case of a board meeting, you make sure that you have quorum, you have the participation needed to make decisions happening. You can send the reminder, for example, 2 days before the meeting starts or the event starts. Then click here on Save. That is with events calendar, how you can create one. And if you click here on events history, you will see all the events that are set to take place in the future that are open, or the ones that already took place or are closed. Now let's continue with QuickBooks. As Leila was saying, this is one of our newest feature. Please let us know if you like it, if you like to use it, and we can release it for you. Please let us know. You will need, though, a QuickBooks account in order for you to log in into QuickBooks. Then let's go to service requests. Service requests works as our work ticketing system or work management system for your community. On your activities panel, you can see all of the different requests and how they're being handled over time. And on requests, you will see all of them on an individual level. Each request will have one unique code that you can differentiate it by. And what this allows you is to solve and have the resolution of those requests and work orders done much more smoothly and efficiently. You can control, for example, and see all the information related to our request, and that way the individuals responsible for this can take charge of it, see what's lacking, reply to the applicant or resident, ask for more information, more attachments, everything in just one location that will ensure your resolution of a better resolution of work orders. And residents at the end of the process will be able to rate that resolution. So you have accountability as well. You control each of their service requests by the specific operators that you assign to each of them. So you can control which residents or which operators are handling specific requests. Now let's follow with amenities. Amenities is our space reservation management system. And here allows you to increase participation and interaction with your community and with the spaces that you provide them. This in this COVID world has been taking a toll, and now it's time for little by little to promote the use of spaces again. You can have all the information in just one location, so residents will know if the reservation has a fee, the maximum capacity. They can have the image gallery with up to 6 pictures of that amenity, as well as all the details like rules, hours of operation, everything that you may need to have a proper use of a feature, you can have it set right here. As well as residents will see a clearer and organized way of reserving those spaces. They will know if a reservation is already reserved. They can just click, choose the time they want to use it, and just click on reserve. As easy as it gets, and it will help to promote participation and interaction between residents. Then you have all the different reservation history you can keep track of, if they are approved, canceled, etc. You have the setup of all the amenities, and this I will suggest you go into, take a bit of time and go into and read all of the reservation rules, because they are quite a good number of them. Under setup, you can control the different represented images like we saw in the photo gallery. Most importantly, you can control the hours of operation and the inner working rules of that amenity. So please, I recommend you to take a look at that and let us know if you have any questions. After that, we have groups, indicate that you like to create a group of amenities with those same reservation settings and And rules and the one go, you can have that on right here. And on reports, you'll be able to export on a PDF format the reservations by period, amenity, or state of the reservation to help you with board members, board meetings, and if something got broken in between. That is with amenities. What we're gonna see now is text message and smart calls. For most interesting for us in this training session is smart calls, as it allows you to reach out residents outside of the system, as well as text message, of course. This means that you can reach out to residents even if you don't have their email address or they don't have an account in the system. If they have a cell phone number added to their record here, they will be able to receive a text message or a smart call. You will see under both of them activities panel where you can take a quick look of all the activities and sending of smart calls and text message over time. And if you want to try it out, you can click here on send a smart call. You can place your phone number, and when you click on send smart calls, you will receive a phone call, and an automated voice will speak out loud this message right here that you can also change. So please try it out to see how that will fit your needs. So for you to create a blast of smart calls, you just need to click on the green plus button. There, just like with text message, you select the receivers, which are the recipients, which are the residents who have a cell phone number added to them. You can select them all if you want to have a blast or just one of them. And then click on save, click on write the message, and then click on smart call. You can also test it out before sending the blast. That is with smart calls and text message that allows you to reach out to residents outside of the account, outside of the system, even if you don't have their email addresses. Then we have documents. Documents is our file management system. And it allows you, in the onboarding process, we'll be uploading all your folder structure. However, you can also create any new folders, files, or links as well. You can control the visibility of each folder and file. That way you have complete control over who in the community are able to see what files and what documents. In the case of a loose file, for example, this template right here, we also have the ability to generate a public URL. This URL allows you to have access to this document outside of the system. You can use that URL in the website, notices, anywhere in the system, and it will link that and it will allow you to access this document. You can also take that off and deactivate that link by clicking on edit, deactivating it, and clicking on save. You can also change the date of the document, change the visibility. For example, if you make it private, only specific individuals will have access, or if you can make it only for specific profiles. Then click on save. Then on documents, you have two organizational tools at your disposal. Those are document type and tag. You can create any number of document type and can be, for example, board meeting minutes, fees, testing, budgets, whatever you like it to help you navigate and better control all those files at your disposal. And you can then assign specific tags to each document type that you created. Each tag provides a specific type of information that you like to add to that file. So please try it out, and those can help you further control all the documents at your disposal. You can also click on the filter button to look for any documents by name. And tools, this is a part more thought out to be for our property managing companies, where they can recreate folder paths in different communities at the same time. For communities with only one management, or communities are only by themselves, this won't be used. However, residents will not be able to see that with documents. Then we have meetings. This is our integration that we have in place with Zoom. This allows you to have community-wide meetings. And as Leila mentioned, we are working on adding groups to this. So instead of community-wide, you can create contact groups in the future, and you will be able to have those meetings only between those members or participants of that contact group. At the moment, it's thought out to be for community-wide communication, and the recording of it will be available after a short period of time. You can create a new online meeting by clicking on the green plus button, add all the information that you like it to, and save draft if it's you want to make any changes, or publish it if you're sure of it. If you want to create an online meeting, you just need to click in-person meeting, no, online meeting, yes. And the meeting will be available right here. You will be able to open it up to 2 hours before it starts. After that, we have voting/survey, where you can have all the different types of opinion surveys or election surveys in your community. For example, for the next board president, for the next board members, etc., or just opinion surveys for the color of a unit. Here you can click on the green plus button, select the title, and insert all the information that you like regarding that survey, when it will start, when it will end, at what time it will end. You can send a reminder of the participants before this closing time arrives, so they are reminded to cast their votes if they haven't already. You can also allow participants to see the result before the closing time arrives. And you can also make it public for everyone in the community, or secret for everyone in the community by clicking here. After that, you can control the target audience of that survey, for example, only for board members, and then create all the different questions that you seem and that you like. Each question can be an open answer, a single reply, or multiple answers, and this allows you to have the feeling with your residents, right? So they can know their opinions, know the feedback, if they like the new management, if they are happy with it. This is an easy way of you to keep track of them and see the results after it's been closed on a color format, on color bars.
Daniel, we have a couple of questions about virtual meetings. So
Yes,
Eric wants to know, does the meeting appear automatically in the community calendar?
that is a good question. Thank you for making it. And for the moment, that doesn't appear in the calendar. Those are
Right.
two separated features, I'm afraid. But
So you
that is
can add it, but it's not automatic.
yes, they can add it though.
Perfect. And
But
how
not
long is the recording available for after the end of the meeting?
oh, it won't be. It will stay there. We can remove it if you wish, and with your written authorization. But it will stay there. There's no expiration date for it.
And then where would he get the meeting link to add it to the calendar event?
Perfect. So that is another very good question. And because this is an integration with Zoom, there is no link generated of it. So I'm afraid that this meeting will only be able to be accessed by residents who have an account in the system. You see, so there's no email Zoom link that you will share or that will be generated. So only the residents of the community will be able to participate. And you can create in community calendar a reminder saying, hey, this day, for example, the 4th, we have an online meeting. You can go here in the system to participate. We also have articles, helpful articles on how residents can join this. So please, we can share that with you and at the end of the training session as well, those articles that will show you how you can create and how residents can join.
Perfect, thank you. And just so you know, 10 minutes to go.
Perfect, thank you for letting me know. And moving forward, and thank you all for those questions. Moving forward, after voting/survey, we finished going through the different features available for residents. And now we're gonna look into these last two sections, community management and managers. Most importantly for us is this last managers tab. Because this tab of managers is only accessible for master administrators. Only master administrators can access managers, add other administrators, as well as control your website. And I will show you how you can publish in your website right now. Again, only master administrators will have access to edit that website. Now, when we started, we were looking at this website, and everything that you can edit it here, you can do it under my site. Don't need to any coding nor to know any previous knowledge to have it. Just click and play. For example, under settings, you can control the URL right here. You can control this the keywords. If you take your marketing very serious, you can include your Google Analytics. As I mentioned, we have 6 different templates that you can choose from. So you can just select any of the one that you like. If you're curious about, for example, module 6, you can click on view and that will generate this preview of that template before you commit to it. And please, for you to make any changes on your website, remember to click on save, then go to publish site and click on publish site. Only after you click on save and publish site, the changes that you've made will be reflected on your website after a couple of minutes. After that, we have available sections where you can actually control what sections here are able or are activated on your website. Meaning that if you don't think you'll be using social media, you can just take that section off. In homepage, I'm going to click here now. On homepage, you can control the name of your community, the slogan, the background picture, everything that you see here when you access the website. That is the home community and the homepage. Then we have the About Us section where you can see all the different communication and description of that amenity. And then we have the different sections of it. For example, your location, all the services that you created, and the news, as well as the classifieds. For example, here we can create a new news post, add all the information that we want, add all the attachments, use that attachment as a cover photo, and then click on register. And it will show up just like this one right here. We can go in as well into an already existing post and make all the changes that we want, add links, change the photos, and click on save. That is how you post on your website. You come here, you create a new post, and then you click on save and publish site, publish site. You also have the classifieds for you to create a post to promote any new units, social media where you can include all the different social links that you may have or deactivate it if you don't think you will be using it. And contact us, where you can see what email address all those forms under contact us are going to, and you can very easily change it to another person. As well as you can change the section title of all the different sections that we just went through. So you can personalize it in any way you see fit. For example, about Broadway Park. And that is everything regarding the website. Now, following up under managers, you have the ability to control what features are available to you. So you can very easily control what features are available in the system as well as the user experience of any other profile. For example, if you don't want board members to be able to do specific things, for example, post a notice, you can just take that specific ability authorization away from them. So they will be able to view notices but not create them. Following this example, you can control in very small detail the user experience of all the different profiles at your disposal. That is under features and profiles. Now, in the last few minutes that we have,
Daniel, can you quickly go through how to adjust features? Someone doesn't want to use surveys. Could you show them exactly how they would remove it?
Of course, and thank you for that question. If you don't want to use, for example, surveys, you just need to scroll down and look for the feature of surveys that is shown right here. And you just need to click that off and click on save. And as you'll see, this feature will disappear like so. From that moment on, surveys will not be available in any residence app or in the system anywhere. It's just deactivated for everyone.
Awesome. And then Flo would like to know if they can have any order over the different items within a section.
Order between the different items of a section.
So Flo, you can confirm if I'm getting this right, but I would imagine it's like under documents, if you could change those headings to be in a different order. So instead of files, document type tag, could you have tag and then files, for instance?
All right, I'm afraid that's not possible. However, you are able to control the order in which they are being displayed here on the files. So documents folder follow a numerical order and then an alphabetical order. So you can say, for example, board members, and that folder will show up right here on the top. So I'm afraid you can't control the sections in the system, or they're hard-coded, but you can control the locations of your documents.
Thank you. All right, I think that's it for questions. Oh no, we have one more. Eric wants to know if we've thought about making amenities links public like we do with documents so visitors can reserve an amenity through the link. No, I don't think we've ever thought about doing that. It's something that we can definitely consider. And if other people are interested, we'd really love to hear from you so that we can, the more people who tell us they're interested, the more weight we can give it when we're deciding what to implement.
Definitely. And that is an interesting suggestion. We can definitely take a look at it, and thank you for that. And well, any other questions before moving forward?
So Karen asks how she can enable groups in documents.
Enable
So
group. All right, that is a perfect question, and I can show you very quickly. So
I
here,
don't think
for
you
example,
have groups on before you go into documents. I think you
all
might have
right,
to.
activate that thing. True that. So we're gonna come here and gonna go, see here, control, separate arrival. And we're gonna go here to features. Oh, well, sorry for the delay, but to answer your questions, if you have documents groups activated that we don't at the moment, if you do have it, you will see it as another option in your selection of tabs right here. When you click on edit, you can click on public, and then you will have the option to choose group right here. Like you choose profile, you have the option to choose group. That is how you can do it. And now I will go into how this account, we don't have that feature activated, and I can show you in better detail. But that is how to answer your question. Any other question, please, meanwhile?
Sorry, my Zoom froze there. Flo has continued on her first question. So she asked about can you have control over the order? And then she said more like community news, you have 3 items. So can we keep one first? I think that's the same answer as before. So within the menu, you can't change the order of items.
True. You can change the order of items. However, you can control what subsections of community of social network are displayed inside community news, if that helps. But I'm afraid that the order in which these items and menu items are being displayed, those can't be changed, or they are hard-coded.
All right, you've got a few more minutes, Daniel, so keep going.
All right. So one of the most important things I'd like to show you is how you can ask for help. For you to ask for help in regarding how to do anything in the system, you can just click here on the orange bubble. This orange bubble is only available for administrators and administrators profiles. You can look here, for example, how to invite people, and you'll have a step-by-step guide on how you can send invitations, how you can remove residents, what do you do when a resident move out, how to add documents, etc. Everything. Please try it out. And if you have any questions, you can click on new conversation, and that will create a chat with me. And I'll be replying to you, or anyone from the from the CS team will be replying to you in under a minute. And I can give you calls and emails, share articles with you, everything to help you. So please try it out. And one thing that I want to show you is community management. And this is where you will be doing the vast majority of the management and tasks. I'm sure that all of you are pretty familiar with community management, because that is where you edit residents, invite them, etc. So all of that is here. However, one of the interesting part is the email log of that that you can find under community management. In this community, we didn't send any email, anything on February. However, here you can control the email log of the community as well. You will see all the emails that were sent, read, etc. And lastly, I wanted to show you how you can control your account. If you click here under profiles, you can see my account, where you can control and add all information, as well as change your login email as well as your password. If you have more than one profile assigned to your email, you'll be able to change profiles as well. Remember that each profile has a different layout and view of the system. And then you can have settings that we already went through, that you can control the privacy settings, as well as what you like to receive and on what. And lastly, you have the exit option where you can log out of the system. And that is everything with the system. Please let us know if you have any questions.
All right, we do have some questions here, so keep sharing your screen. So the first one is from Bob. It's been a long time, Bob. I hope you're well. He is asking about having a blog in his website. So we don't have a specific blog feature. You could possibly use news, but it's not fully the blog format. And he asks if he could obtain a third-party blog app and link it to Neigbrs. Yes, you could do that, definitely. You can link anything you would like, either in Notes or in your public site. So that would work. And then Eric wants to know how he activates online meetings. Daniel, do you want to answer this one? So it's not showing for him right now, and you're muted, by the way.
All right, so if it's not showing, virtual meetings is one of our premium features. And if it's not showing for you, we can take a look at your subscription and have the tech team release it for you. No problem. If it's already released, you will be able to find it under Managers Features, right here under.
It's called Assembly still.
Assembly, yes.
Right at the top.
Assembly, right here. So if it's already released for you, but maybe it's deactivated, you would just need to click on it and click on Save, please. If it's not, we will take a look at your subscription and we can also release it for you if necessary.
Yeah, so please do send us an email and we can do that for you. Karen, thank you for the question. Anytime. And Kathleen wants to know if there's a fee associated with each text, email, and smart call.
All right, so we do have a pricing set up for them on our pricing documents. I don't have the number on the top of my head, but if it's okay with you, we can share that with you in an email and have it all planned out, please.
So emails are completely unlimited. Every single plan has emails, basic, standard, and premium. With text messages, it's included in standard and premium. I can quickly check the amount of text messages as we've recently changed that. But with calls, it's 500 smart calls per month for the premium plan. So you need to have the premium plan to have smart calls. For texts, let me just tell you, I have it here. Text is 5 text blasts per month if you're standard, and that's unlimited if you're premium.
Thank you, Leila.
So I hope that helps. But again, you can always send us an email and we can either activate it for your account or upgrade your account if it's of interest to you. Okay, and Eric has managed to switch on online meetings. So that's awesome. I'm so pleased.
So pleased. Yeah.
All right, so we have 1 more minute here. So let me share my screen, Daniel.
Of course.
And we'll just finish up.
Please go ahead.
All right. So I just want to finish up by letting you know how you can contact us. So Daniel mentioned our chat, so that's available in Master Administration Administrator Profiles in vinteumneighbors.com. Otherwise, you can go to vinteum.io and you'll find the same live chat. Like Daniel said, it's him or another member of our customer success team who will answer, and we normally do that in less than a minute. I think everyone knows, but if you don't, you can always email us if you have any questions, either Daniel@vinteum.io or Leila@vinteum.io, and we will try to answer your email within an hour. We really do try our best to do this. We don't always manage it. And finally, you can call us on 844-900-0910. For all of those three, it is 9 to 5 EST, Monday through Friday, that we're available. But we do have our help center, which is also available through the chat bubble or separately at this link down here, and that's 24/7. It has step-by-steps, videos, our resident and administrator manuals, and you can always check that. And then I mentioned this right at the beginning, but we're running our satisfaction survey. It is so important for us that you fill it in. It takes 5 minutes or less to fill in, depending on how fast you can type. But it really helps us understand how to improve Neighbors, how to improve our service, and how we can better help you. So you can find it at this link. Otherwise, I also put it in the chat, and we'll be sending it to you by email after this. So it closes tomorrow, so please do take 5 minutes to fill that in. And if there are no more questions, which let me check, none in chat and none in the Q&A. So thank you guys so much for joining this webinar. Like I said, we have these ways to contact us, so please do let us know if you do have any more questions.
Please. We're always happy to help.
We are indeed. Thank you guys so much for joining. Have a great rest of the day and talk to you all soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone.